Good morning, everybody. It's about 35 degrees right now. This is supposed to warm up after today, I believe, at night. So this will be the coldest day for a while. And my feet did get a little cold, so I ended up putting on sweatpants and socks in the middle of the night. And I ended up staying up a little too late editing videos. I didn't get to bed till about 11:30. So I'm a little tired, but that's okay. I'm awake now, so I'm gonna put some warm clothes on and get some warm food and coffee and clean everything up. Got a little muskrat swimming across the bay here. Oh, and he's gone. So there's coffee. Takes 3 of these little Mount Hagen packs to fill that up all the way. So I moved a little bit away from the campsite, and Ted's campsite is on the far side there. And I'm really glad that I met him. He's an interesting guy, but he also showed me just kind of a different perspective, because he started almost a week ahead of me, and he's been passed by. I'm the second paddler to pass him now. Looking ahead, it looks like if I keep going at my current speed, I'm going to reach Gates of the Mountain on like Saturday. And it's kind of a slot canyon, and there's a lot of boats that rip through there on the weekends, and I've been told to do not go through there on the weekends. Wait till the weekday. It's a lot safer. So I think I'm going to try to slow down and get less miles today. So I'm gonna have a leisurely morning start and kind of paddle on down. But yeah, it's an interesting perspective. He actually got stuck on Canyon Ferry for 2 days because of wind, which is crazy that right before I got on, it was so bad you couldn't even go on it. So very interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna slow down, because like in the long run, am I going to be upset that I spent a couple extra days in Montana? No, definitely not. So the water here is just crystal clear, but it came out of the bottom of Canyon Ferry only a couple miles ago, and it is cold. So probably not going to go swimming, but very, very beautiful. Alright, so this is breakfast. Mountain House scrambled eggs with uncured bacon. So just little scrambled eggs with bacon bits, basically. But it is one of the smaller meals. It's only 350 calories. So uses a cup of water. So I'm going to put it in the Jetboil Flash here and get breakfast rehydrating. So with my new plan of going slow, I'm just very slowly packing up camp. So apparently I can't read instructions for these scrambled eggs. It says to wait 5 minutes, stir, and then wait additional minutes. But there's a 6th step, which isn't normally there, which says drain excess water from the pouch, stir, and enjoy. So I'm glad I noticed that. I've been sitting here waiting for all the water to absorb. But apparently with this meal, it doesn't. So that's interesting, but not a big deal. So I'll do that and start eating breakfast. So that's what it looks like. It's just scrambled eggs with some bacon bits, and it's actually really good. But for something different today, I have this waterproof case for my other camera. So I'm going to try this. I put it on a selfie stick and attach this lanyard to it so I can wrap it around my wrist. And my plan is to be able to stick it in the water and hopefully get some footage. Alright, so the campground's all cleaned up. Everything's packed, and I'm just about ready to head out onto Hauser Lake. And I had a very enjoyable time with Ted here. And I hope him the best on his journey. And we're going to head off. So it's 10 o'clock, and we're on the water. I didn't realize until right before I left, I checked the weather, and it's supposed to be 30-mile-an-hour winds today for the next 2 days. So I'm on the little the main open area of Hauser Lake. So I think I'm gonna try to get across this and then more into the more narrow section before the wind really picks up. There's already little white caps out there. So we're just gonna hurry along. It's funny how fast plans can change. Go from, oh, I'm gonna go super duper slow to like, okay, we kind of need to move through this section. It's real interesting. What a pretty day. Even though it's really windy, it's still a gorgeous day. I spent the night at Spokane Bay, and it's kind of a little protected cove there. And as soon as I got out from around this edge, the wind picked up. Not bad yet, but it's definitely moving. So I really enjoyed staying there with Ted last night. That was awesome. And I don't know if we'll see each other again on the trip. He's definitely moving at a different speed than I am. But that's okay. It was awesome that we got to meet and stay at a campground at the same time. So yeah, we're just gonna keep moving. A little choppy, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. So we've made it to some cliffs, and I'm hoping as soon as we get around these, the wind will calm down. But it's just a very windy but peaceful day. So something that Ted actually showed me that I had no idea was even available was a Missouri River cheat sheet by Dan Faust. So I actually read his blog as he went down the river last year, and I really enjoyed it, but I had no idea about the cheat sheet that I guess he later made, or I just never saw. I'm not sure. But it just has a ton of information about spots along the river, and it's a great resource that I now have because Ted was kind enough to share it with me. So if you're going down the river, I would definitely look that up. I just Googled Dan Faust. It was Dan Faust cheat sheet, and it popped right up on Google. So definitely a resource I will be using. So across the lake there, I see Clark Bay Recreation Area. So it has some pit toilets, so that's where I'm heading now that everything's crazy calm. So I'm about halfway across to this recreation area, and I do see a pavilion, so I might check to see if there's any power. Okay, we're about to the boat ramp. I do see a pit toilet and a dumpster, so that's exciting. Get rid of trash and use the bathroom. I don't know about power yet. There are 2 pavilions, so we will see. Okay, so I've got the kayak staked down and leashed. I took off the deck bag just to keep the weight off of the wheels while it sits there, because there's no reason to leave it up there fully loaded. And we'll see what we got here. I only have a really tiny bag of trash. It's only about a day, but still nice to get rid of. So there is an outlet there on that pole. So I'm gonna set everything up and top all the batteries off. So this is crazy. There's a Bureau of Land Management boat that appears to broke down, and they had to pull up onto the shore here and get a ride. Yeah, they all cruised by real slowly, all staring at me, and I thought I was gonna get like my inspection papers checked or something. I didn't know what they were. I just saw it was like an official boat. But then I saw the smoke, and I'm like, oh, no, they're just having a bad day. So I'm just gonna stay here in the shade, enjoy the beautiful views. There's some seagulls over there, so I'm gonna have to be careful I don't get mugged for my lunch. But I'm gonna start editing a little bit of videos. So they are bringing a boat trailer for that big boat on this really shallow ramp. So this is gonna be kind of interesting to see how far in the water they gotta go to get that boat up. Because man, I was dragging coming in with a kayak. So it's been like 20 minutes, but I can hear the bubbling of
the exhaust. That truck is in the water trying to get that boat loaded up. So that's really interesting. So it's just before 1. Everything's charged. I got day 4 almost edited. It's another long video. So I'm going to clean everything up, head back over there. They're still having lots of issues, it seems. But yeah, I'm going to clean this up and get back on the water. So they weren't able to get the boat onto the trailer, so they just unloaded everything, and now I think they're just trying to limp it back to wherever they're heading. So they're all having a great Friday afternoon. But it's 1 o'clock. I got everything charged in an hour, did a little bit of video editing, and now we're moving into some beautiful country. So the general plan is to stop today before I get to the dam, find a spot along the river. I can just camp out for tonight. We're going under the highway bridge here, and man, I just can't wait till the next turn. It's just amazing. Look at those hills. So the tailwind has turned into a headwind, and the lake's not super calm from all the boats and a little bit of wind, but I can't really complain. It is absolutely amazing, all these hills on each side, and I'm just gonna keep on cruising down till I find a nice spot. So it's definitely calmer on the other side, but I'm hoping that this side will possibly have a camping spot here somewhere. And I don't really want to have to cross over twice, so we're just going to keep going on this side, even though it would probably be easier on the other side. I'm just slowly cruising up this bank, and every spot I see that can possibly hold a tent seems to have a campsite on it already. So that's nice. So if I have to, I will just keep going and wait until nearly dark and then find a spot. So it's 4 o'clock, and I've been pedaling pretty hard for the past couple hours. Not a huge deal, but it's definitely tiring. But it seems like I'm in a pretty populated section here, so I'm just gonna keep going. It's only 4 o'clock, so there's no need to worry about finding a camping spot yet. I mean, if things get really desperate, I can always go knock on someone's door and ask if I can stay in their backyard. So I'm really not worried about it. So we're just gonna keep on going. This headwind's been pretty brutal, but I've been able to keep moving, and yeah, that's about it right now. Just pedaling and pedaling. So here's my first stealth camp. I've got the boat covered up, not that it's super hidden, and then back into these trees here there's a spot where I can set up my tent. So I'm absolutely exhausted. It's not that late in the evening, but I've been going into a headwind all afternoon. I'm absolutely exhausted. And this is honestly the first place I've found that's even acceptable. So I'm gonna go with it. So I'm gonna slowly set up camp and hopefully take a nap. I'm tired. So apparently I was pretty tired. So I just set my chair down on the ground, laid back, and slept for well over an hour. But I feel better. I needed that. I was pretty tired. So I'm gonna probably finish editing this video and then get camp set up and yeah, probably go to bed again. So that's my afternoon. I think my
Lips got sunburned today, so I'm gonna have to break out the chapstick. I probably should have been using it the whole time, but it's okay. So just sitting here on shore, I have my Starlink with the battery and the laptop with the battery. It's uploading day 4. That turned into like a 30-minute video somehow. I gotta start cutting more clips out. But, you know, a lot's happening, so it's uploading. My tent's or my kayak's kind of hidden here in the brush, and I'm waiting to set the tent up until dark. But yeah, so we're gonna, you know, maybe get some food going while the video's uploading, and hopefully have a nice, relaxing evening. So I'm about 3 miles away from Hauser Dam, so I plan to do that in the morning and portage. So I decided to hand portage this instead of calling anybody, because the first one wasn't horrible, and I know what to do now. Just takes a bunch of trips, and it's a little shorter than Toston, I believe. So we're just going to do that again by hand because I know how to do that, and then keep on going down the river. So it's kind of funny. I made plans to stop a lot sooner than this, but I just didn't find a single campground. Not campground. I didn't find a single spot to camp. There are campgrounds up around the corner here, but they're all filled for the weekend. So they did have a couple walk-on spots, but I was so tired from paddling into that headwind for a couple hours that I didn't want to go all the way up to the campground just to find out all those were filled, and I wouldn't have a spot to stay. So I found this little spot, and it's gonna work, hopefully. So the video's nearly done uploading over there, but I've got my tent set up. It's on this little spit of land. There's like a swampy pond behind me, but I'm on good solid ground here. So the lake's right there, and I'm kind of in this little protective alcove, so it's pretty nice. For supper, I have a Mountain House beef lasagna. I've got the water boiling for that right there, and the video is just about uploaded. Thank goodness. This one's taken forever again, but that's what I decided to do, and I'm really okay with it. It's just 30-minute videos are a lot, so we'll definitely probably make them just a little bit shorter in the future, but that's okay. So I'm gonna eat this, just one last go over everything, and go to bed, because I'm looking forward to a nice sleep. It looks like it's gonna barely get down in the 50s tonight, so that's gonna be awesome. I won't get cold, and hopefully I can hit the water tomorrow and get over Hauser Dam without any issue. So even though you might hear me complaining about this trip and what a bad afternoon I had or whatever, I really am just having an absolute blast. I'm living my dream right now, so just want to, even though I might complain, I am extremely enjoying this trip so far, and will continue to do so regardless of how it goes. And yeah, I just wanted to make that clear that this is absolutely awesome. Sitting here eating lasagna in a bag, watching the sunset, and I'm happy. So this will probably be good night, and I'll see you in the next video.